Well, Kit Williamson is on a roll in Hollywood, but he's choosing to premiere his latest Netflix show, Unconventional, right here in Denver to kick off SeriesFest. Well, we got to talk with him earlier to get the story behind the story. Well, Kit, it's an absolute pleasure to have you. Welcome to Colorado and Company. And of course, the first question I want to ask you is, what inspires you most as a writer and creator?
Thank you so much for having me. I am thrilled to be here and to talk about SeriesFest and Unconventional. I'd say as a writer and creator, I'm most inspired by the creativity of my collaborators. I love writing for actors and seeing them breathe life into the character and dialogue in ways that I might not have even expected when I was first writing a role.
Yeah, I think it takes so much talent to be a creator and a writer. Let's talk about Eastsiders for a little bit, because you had quite a journey getting that to Netflix. Can you share a bit about what you loved most in that process and what you didn't love that most, perhaps?
Thank you. Yeah, Eastsiders is a dark comedy about a gay couple living in Silver Lake, California, and the sad and funny messes that they make out of their lives. I started making the show in this living room when I was in grad school at UCLA, and we put the first 2 episodes on YouTube, not really knowing what to expect. And then it went viral and got picked up by Logo, which is Viacom's LGBT cable channel, and they made the move to Netflix in season 2. So we kind of had a circuitous, unusual journey to a global platform. And I would say the thing that has been most exciting for me in the journey that we've had with Eastsiders is seeing the show come to so many different countries, since it's available worldwide in Netflix in over 36 languages.
That right there is huge, and much kudos to you. And I think it's so awesome how one thing just goes to another and it suddenly blows up, and that just means that it's good. Now, with that said, your next project here is called Unconventional. Talk to me about that and what that was like and what you're most excited about.
So Unconventional is a dark comedy in the spirit of Eastsiders. I really think of it as a spiritual successor to the show, because Eastsiders is about being a mess in your 20s and Unconventional is about being a mess in your 30s. It's about 2 eccentric queer siblings who are trying to start an unconventional family with their partners, where the brother will be the sperm donor to his sister's girlfriend. Staying with me? But of course, their lives and relationships are a mess, and they're not sure if they're really ready to go through with it, just as she finds out that she's already pregnant. So every month in the show, every episode in the show jumps ahead a month in time as we get closer and closer to their lives changing forever.
That sounds awesome, and you're so right. These are not conventional times anyway, right? Now, with that, how do you think audiences are changing, Kit, along with the times? Has that allowed you a little more freedom to really do what you want to do and where your heart is? How have you had to adapt?
Well, I think freedom, unfortunately, is not given. It is claimed and taken. And as a creator, I have always had to stake a claim to my creative autonomy and tell the stories that I wanted to see out in the world. That's what originally inspired me to create Eastsiders way back in 2012, when I believe, according to the GLAAD media report, there were fewer than 5% of characters were LGBTQ identified on television. Don't quote me on that exactly. But we've obviously seen huge strides in representation in media, but I think we have also seen challenges in recent years as streamers sort of contract the industry and become more and more risk averse. We're seeing shows canceled very early on. We're seeing shows that you thought were a sure thing not getting picked up. We live in a really uncertain landscape, particularly for stories that are centered around marginalized communities. So to be able to just work with producers and a cast that are all committed to making the show independently has been incredibly liberating and has resulted in something that I think is a really authentic and honest story.
Okay, see, that makes so much sense. Now, of all the characters you've written, and you've played some as well, which one stands out to you most? Or maybe has there been one that's been true kind of to who you are?
I like to say that I have not similar in any way to my characters, but that's a huge lie. Not autobiography elements to me in any character that I write, not just the ones that I play. I try to put a lot of myself and my own fears and insecurities and doubts and, hopes and dreams and aspirations and flaws many flaws into all of the characters.
All right, before I let you go, what are you doing at SeriesFest? We're so looking forward for your participation. I know you've got some fans here for sure. So talk to me about SeriesFest.
So we're screening on the first day of SeriesFest on May 1st. Hope everybody can come out and check out the show. We're doing an alumni spotlight because we've screened twice before at the festival with Eastsiders and always had an incredible experience. The organizers and the programmers are so creator focused, and they've fostered an environment where people can really come and connect and share stories and resources and see what the landscape is like for independent creators, and also see what some of the studios and networks are doing, because they have speakers come and share their insight into the state of the industry. I can't recommend the festival enough. There's so many incredible pilots in the pilot competition, and of course, a lot of great parties. So I recommend everybody get your passes now and come say hi.
It's going to be a good time with a lot of talent for sure. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you, and of course, looking forward to seeing all the successes that I'm sure you will have in the near future. Thank you so much, Kit, for being with us today.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I'll see you in Denver.
Okay, and get ready, everyone, because SeriesFest happens today through the 5th with premieres, special events, panels, and parties. Kit Williamson's Unconventional premieres tonight. Get your passes at SeriesFest.com.